happens, I guess. Ooh, wow. 8 in the queue. Oh, these figures. The Juicer raid, the Lucky raid. Yeah, not the toughest first pick I've ever had to make. Thanks, Martin. So let's see. What if Crisis was not in the pack though? Ram or Binding, basically. I would take the Ram. I think it's fairly easy Ram. I haven't drafted the Gates decks much, but I think it's fairly strong. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of red-green. Ooh, Jarvis, what's up, buddy? Thanks for the cheer. Lucky Crisis. The rich get richer. I open a Crisis and I get the Jarvis you cheer. Oh, we could draft Constructed deck. I mean, they do play Crisis in the Gates deck. The pack's pretty mediocre, to be fair. I mean, there's no blue-green card. There's no blue-white card if I want to play blue-white splash green. No, what's blue-green-red? Teamer, right. I mean, pretty easy Gates. It kind of sucks that we passed the Ram. But, ooh, Freed Mania says, I played your Sultai list at my RPTQ and won, Martin Juza. Oh, congrats. Congrats to everyone who qualified this weekend in the RPTQ, and condolences to people who didn't, and I know some of you came close. Definitely gonna take Gates Ablaze. Pack's really weak. The rare's missing. Vindictive Vamp is like mediocre common, mediocre uncommon. I mean, it's fine for compared to, it's like common power level kind of. All right, Gates Ablaze. All right, so the Dave Williams Gates deck says you take Grotesque Demise over. You take Gates over every common except for Grotesque Demise, and then you take the busted uncommons. So I could take Aeromonculus, or I could take Grotesque Demise. I'm going to take Grotesque Demise. I haven't drafted the Gates deck that much. Aeromonculus as a hedge. Let's do no hedge. Oh, Engineer would be looking pretty good with Crisis. I just want to draft the Gates deck more. I haven't drafted the Gates deck as much as I wanted to. So I'm gonna take Azorius Guildgate. Problem is I passed a Ram. So that's definitely like, but this way I'll see what happens. I think it's good practice. See if you know, it all falls apart in pack 2 when I get cut, or see if I end up with a good deck. You know how much? Because usually, like, the cards you pass don't matter that much. I know a lot of people. I see LSV mention a lot that what you pass should be almost irrelevant to what you're drafting. I'm not. I think it's somewhat true, but I think it matters more than what people think. Oh, I'm gonna take Guildgate here. At least the Guildgates are kind of flowing. Gonna keep taking Guildgates. And I feel like that's a close one. The guide says Guildgate over every common. But Grasping Thrall is very good common. What you pass matters much more when you're trying to draft something that is very narrow. That's probably true. Inheritance is busted. Inheritance is a good card. I wouldn't say it's busted. Alright, I'll take the Guildgate. I'll stick to the plan. Oh, that's a really good sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, never mind. That's still the... I was gonna say if gates are tabling. Thing is, you take the gates early and you don't have to worry about it. What guy am I referring to? I don't know if it's a guide, but I heard that Sam Black, David Williams, and it was Bob Maher. they did a podcast about the Gates archetype because they've been spamming it on Arena. They were kind of abusing. They were talking about also about abusing the bots and all that stuff. I don't know. Senate Courier, Locket might be okay in this deck. Big Butt might be okay. Anyways, I know Maher got to #1 Mythic on Arena, just pretty much playing Gates. He was actually here yesterday. Probably not here today, but let's check. Let's see if Bob is around. I doubt it. No. Yeah, and basically Williams' strat was, his pick order was Gates over every common except for Grotesque Demise, which makes sense because Grotesque Demise is... I have it at the second best common after Blade Juggler, but in the Gates deck it's probably a bit different. Theater of Horrors, that's a bomb. It's actually probably pretty bad in the Gates deck because you're probably not very good at dealing damage. There's a get the point in the pack. It's possible get the point is just better in the Gates deck. Gilmage is very good, yeah. Gilmage is the only good Gilmage, the blue-white Gilmage. I have very good late game already. I think I'm gonna have strong late game. How am I doing guild gates wise? I have a lot of blue and white guild gates too. Yeah, I don't mind the Gilmage pick over the 2 red-black cards. Ooh, Gate Colossus. Wow, that's the guy we passed the Ram to. Maybe the Ram went down the line a bit. They also took a rare, so we just opened a busted rare. That's good too. There's like 2 guild gates in this pack. Carnage Carnival. That seems really good. Anything better? The Binding. What's the pick? I think Carnage Carnival has to be better. It's just such a good card, but Binding is also excellent. Oh, that's a tough pick. That's a really close one. Let's see. Regenesis. Everyone likes Binding. Alright, fair enough. I don't know. I like the 1 mana too. 1 mana's pretty strong. Like there's a bunch of 2/1s. I think it's gonna be kind of expensive. I think Pestilent Spirits has to be the pick here. I mean, this pack doesn't have much else. Pestilent Spirit just kind of does it all. Also with Gates Ablaze, I guess, can be sweet. Maybe if I pick up... does it give Death Touch to Daggercaster? Instant and Sorcery spell you control have Death Touch. It does not. That's kind of an interesting pick. And I don't really know what to... I could just take Soar Form. Yeah, just... pretty solid. Yeah, looks like the gates are all gone. What's the pick here? Slimebind is decent. Crocodile's good blocker, is pretty good with Gates Ablaze. Take Syndicate Messenger, but I don't have any 4-drops. I have a lot of ground creatures, so Slimebind's not as exciting. Maybe I'll just take Messenger to fill up the curve. Biomancy, I think Biomancy is not going to be very good in this deck. It's better when you're aggressive. Let's take Syndicate Messenger, I guess. I have no 4-drops, it's just solid 4-drop. Ooh, that's a gate. That's a late gate. Definitely the pick. Open the gates is fine. Oligarch is obviously busted common. Swirling Torrent's not very good. It's good if you're aggressive. It's probably decent in blue-green. Like kind of top up the curve, tempo spell. Thanks for the follows. There's Jacko and Trabuco. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I think we're doing okay. Hopefully we get lucky in a couple of Gates payoff cards come our way in the third pack. I had what I thought was a pretty mediocre Gates deck not long time ago, and I still went 3-0. I think I ran pretty good in the games though. That was not it. That was it. I only had Gate Colossus and 1 Ram as payoffs. And my deck kind of looked like... I'll show you in a second. I'm gonna probably pick a defensive creature here. What's a better defensive creature? 2/2 Death Touch or Brush Strider? I'm kind of a fan of the Brush Strider. Even Griffin's okay. That's a late gate. Maybe Quench for when I'm on the draw against some like green decks. I like the Croc. I actually like it better than Knight of Sorrows. They're fillers, but they're okay. So yeah, that was my deck. It looked kind of bad. Look kind of all over the place, but if you look in detail, I don't really have that many bad cards. I have maybe like Eyes Everywhere is kind of medium, but everything is like decent power level, and didn't seem like the craziest like 6 payoff Gates cards or anything, but good enough. Brush Strider et Sketch and Sphinx. Cool Jeff. Salut Gabriel, d'où vient ton bonnet jaune? Je me rappelle que t'es venu un jour à la scène, mais j'ai jamais su pourquoi. C'était un cadeau. C'était un cadeau d'anniversaire. Je sais pas, j'ai décidé de commencer à le porter. Pourquoi pas? Ça me faisait marrer. The yellow hat. Someone was asking about the yellow hat. Alright, so we got a Blade Juggler, we got Carnage Carnival, and we've got Bedeck. I mean, Blade Juggler is obviously much worse when you're not triggering Spectacle every turn. That's kind of a close one. I think it's Blade Juggler or Bedeck. Oh, there's a Plabzatsu, I guess. You people like Bedeck? I still have your PT Pro card. It's one of my faves. I have like a Herberhall's PT Pro card on my deck. What do we think here? I can see Gateway Plaza being the pick. The deck's so hard to cast. Red and black or black. Oh. Test the rare. I've played with the rare. I know what it's worth. Maybe I'll just take Plaza, honestly. Ooh, a ram. Ding, ding, ding. If I was Team J-Bro, I would have my little bell. Ding, 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 ding. Clear to stage might actually be okay in my deck, but it's still probably pretty bad. I'm just going to take a Guildgate. Probably a red-green Guildgate. Better than Orzhov. Is Open the Gates good? Should I take Shimmer maybe? With the Crisis in my deck? I think I like Shimmer. A Growth Spiral, an Oligarch, an Orzhov Guildgate. Probably just, how many gates do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I could use like 1 or 2 more gates. And probably another gate. Alright. Renhorn? I have some fights, but they're all pretty bad. Renhorn, Brush Strider, I have a lot of freeze. Probably not going to volley main deck. Steepled Creeper is pretty mediocre. Savant. How many blue Guildgates do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Savant's okay. 2-drops kind of go down in value because of the Gateway Plaza, but I guess it kind of needs somewhat of a curve. Alright, I'll take Sage-Draw Savant for the curve. And what do I take? Another Shimmer or another Guildgate? Guildmage is pretty bad. what happened in this draft. I tried to somewhat force gate. I went Crisis first pick. Then second pick, I took Gates Ablaze out of a pretty empty pack. And then our third pick was interesting. Our third pick was Homunculus or... Would I take Grotesque Demise I took over Homunculus? I think my deck's pretty good. Better than it looks anyways. I think the Gates deck might not look super great sometimes. Do you have any combos with Darwin's Acuity? Man, Darwin's Acuity is so busted. Consign the Pit, Rebel Slinger, Clear the Mind. Does this deck need to clear the mind to win? I don't think it does between Gate Colossus and Crisis. I do have very few win conditions. I have a Ram too. First Consign? Yeah, First Consign is okay. Let's see. Blue-green on 2 might be a bit rough. We'll see. Lockets, we'll see. Bad 5-drop. I think I like the Croc the best out of all these 5-drops, and then maybe Knight second best. Alright. Let's do a little maybe pile over here. Maybe. The Pegasus is probably decent blocker. Maybe Regenesis is good in this deck. Lockets. Yeah, I think I might just play both Lockets. And another Croc. I like that. Am I forcing Gates? I somewhat force Gates. I had like a couple close picks, and I decided to go the Gates route to get more reps with the deck. Main Diwali. I am kind of weak to flyers. Aren't you scared this deck is too much air? There's not that much air. And I can just play a Regenesis if I'm worried. Volley main deck. I think I have just enough removal that I'll need to volley a main deck. Or main deck a volley. I've not been main decking volley. Yeah, Regenesis seems like it'd be a pretty sweet late game card. Get back my Crisis too if they ever kill it. Could play a Pegasus just for curve and a Regenesis, something like that. Volley with Pestilent Spirit. Yeah, let's try Regenesis. I've tried that card once or twice. It was pretty bad whenever I tried it. I'll try Volley for Science too. Alright, now I have to cut a card. I think 17 lands plus open. Do you even play open the gates in this deck? I guess it depends if you have a lot of main green guild gates. I have 4 green guild gates. It's my fixing. It seems like my fixing is just natural. Got the Ragdus Locket. Let's see. I have 1 red card and a few black cards. Alright, that makes sense. I like that cut. Alright, that looks pretty good, I think. What about being on the play or on the draw? Do you play first? I draw first with almost every deck, but I wonder if because you're time walking yourself, you want to maybe play first with this deck. Because all your lands come into play tapped, or if you still choose to draw first. Alright, let's see. I have 1 red card and 5 red source, so I don't need to play basic mountain. I have decent amount of early green and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I probably want like 2 forests at least. Blue I have a bit of, and I have 5, 6, 7. So I don't need to play island. I don't need to play mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably don't need to play swamp. What about plains? 3 white cards and 5, 6. So I don't need to play plains. So I need to play forest. And what was the other one where I was maybe 1 short? It was island. Don't need to play swamp. Don't need to play mountain. Don't need to play plains. So maybe 3 forest, 1 island. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, let's roll. Rather cut Shimmer? Shimmer when you have Crisis in your deck? I don't want to cut Shimmer. Who's played the Gates deck a lot, and do you play first or do you draw first with the Gates deck? Play first? I'll play first if they'll let me. Looks like constructed on arena is down right now, so I picked wisely. Feel free if you have any questions about anything. I usually do my best to answer. Am I doing any other event outside of the Mythic Championship on this trip? Am I going to play the GP if I break out? Well, hopefully I make day 2 and it doesn't come up. If I don't make day 2 in the Mythic Championship, am I going to play the Grand Prix? I'll see how I feel. See if I'm in the mood. What's the format? Just limited? I'll probably play. Why did I leave poker? I was pretty unhappy grinding online. It had become yeah, worse than it was. I was just really miserable playing online, basically. And I lost my sponsorship from Poker Stars. Basically, I'll keep. Basically, the last 2 years of my poker career, I was not very happy playing online, but I kept doing it because I was still sponsored and I was still winning, and you know, you gotta pay bills and stuff, I guess. So I was sucking it up. But when I lost my Poker Stars deal, I went on a like downswing, and I was just not happy. So I decided to move on and give the streaming thingy a shot. Glad I did. Have I ever had a real job? Nope. I've never had like a boss or anything. This is kind of scary. Turn 1 Gutterbones. Probably pretty good against the Gates deck. What's the story behind the yellowhat? It's birthday present. I was 16-year-old and I had my favorite hip-hop band. They used to always dress in yellow, so my friends you know, they knew I loved that band, so they just got like some ugly ass hat they spray painted in yellow, and I got it as a birthday present. Alright, I guess I just have to play 2/2 and block. Playing against another nutty red-black deck looks like Gutterbones into Blade Juggler. That's like borderline constructed stuff. What is the answer to all questions? Just do your best, you know? Do your best in whatever you do. And hope things work out. Do I live in France or in the US? I live in France. I've always lived in France. I've been on the road a lot at some point in my career and playing poker and Magic, but I used to live with my mom till I was pretty old because I was traveling so much. It just made sense, I guess. I didn't mind it, and then I guess I'll just take it. And then now I live right outside of Paris. I used to live in Paris, now I live right outside. The Science Super Crew. Yeah, that was a hip hop band. Online poker compared to IRL poker is immeasurably worse than online MTG versus. Yeah, I love live poker. I've always enjoyed. I used to mostly play online, but I really like playing live poker. Yeah, live poker is great. All right. I think Pestilent Spirit's not as its best in like the Gates deck. It's just still not in red black though. It's so good in red black. My first pet deck. Well, I used to play with my friends, but I don't remember what. I would say my first pet deck was just mono blue. I think the first real deck I built that I got out of a list, deck list in a there used to be a magazine called Lotus Noir in France, like the Black Lotus. And I think that was my first real deck list, kind of. Alright, probably just play Pegasus plus Shimmer. I'm not gonna try and like sneak points of damage through, I think. I wonder if anyone's ever cast a Gate Colossus for 0 mana. Probably. So yeah, probably just mono blue was like back when Force of Will was legal in Standard and stuff. Does my wife play Magic? She used to play a bit of Magic. She doesn't really play anymore. We had friends in common. She also doesn't like that I talk about her on stream much, so I'd rather not have too many questions about it. I'll talk about her occasionally, but I don't think it's her favorite. As a woman in Magic, she did her best to avoid pictures and stuff. It's pretty crazy. You don't know how bad it is. She like back when she used to play, she always like did her best to like avoid pictures and stuff. So she was basically on no pictures ever. And one time she was on a picture was because I think they took a picture of like kind of all the girls in the event kind of thing. Yikes. And then the following week that picture was posted online, she got like dozens of like creepers just messaging her and stuff. There was no info, not even her name. Just from like being on one picture one time, it's like, yeah. I'm guessing it's better now, but all right. Oh yeah, I get to get Colossus back. Yeah, that's gonna be. What do we think about science? What do we think? How is science working out for us, by the way? This is Volley main deck, yeah. My Volley did more than his Rakdos. Is this a love story? Were you one of the creepers? Nah. No, I didn't. I wasn't. Thank God. How come we didn't keep the gate to get back to Colossus? I don't know. I have Krasis in hand, I guess? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How greedy am I trying to get here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could like play it as a 4/4, and then if I draw a gate or a land, I can just play Colossus in the same turn. Maybe I'll do that. That didn't work out. Punished. I thought it was a reasonable play, but oh well. Well, they only played Gutterbones into Juggler, into Ragdos, Judy's. Their deck's not very good. Our deck is much better. What would you rather open? Not counting the money value, what's a better open? Hydroid Crisis or Ethereal Absolution? Absolution? I think it's really close. I've beat Absolution. Obviously, I've lost to it more than I've beaten it, and I think every time I've beaten it, it's because I was white black X and I actually had like Mortify or something along these lines. I don't know. Crisis can be played on 4. I kind of like Quench against them. Quenching a Blade Juggler sounds pretty sweet. I think Homunculus might be okay. Probably worse than Croc though. Maybe I'll cut that Night Arbiter. Keep my curve low. Pegasus didn't do much. They have the 2/1. They have a few Afterlife creatures. My deck's pretty expensive. Have I ever beat a Resolve Absolution without destroying it? Yeah, only because they were just dead on boards. They were like, they played it and it wasn't enough and I just killed them. I think maybe they got 1 untap step with the Absolution. It was a game where it was kind of sweet. I had deck Bedazzle and I knew they had Absolution in their deck. It was game free and I just used the Bedazzle part to kill a non-basic land. Because I was pretty sure you just had it, you know. Beaten Absolution once was double Shark to Crab. Yeah, sounds about right. Oh, all it took was double Shark to Crab. No big deal. 2 copies of the best uncommon. Hey Kenny, what's up? Little Mung Gates deck. Yeah, we got Crisis first pick. I don't have double green yet. Probably another. I don't exactly remember what I have in my deck. Oh. He asked me how many gates, or they asked me how many gates I picked. Good old 13 gates. He's giving me the LOL. Orzhov, Azorius, Ragdos, Grill, Simic. I have Orzhov first. I think I actually might have Simic second. I feel like it's Orzhov and then like Azorius, Simic, and Ragdos are like pretty close, and I think Gruul is like clear last. That's a pretty good draw. Cortez Device so good. 8/8 RAM on turn 5. No big deal. I think that attack is so greedy, by the way. Attacking for 1, getting 1 damage in and like potentially taking like 7 or 8 damage, that's like not acceptable. That's pretty bad attack. You could just attack and then get it back at some point. I guess I'm not in a rush. Who deals the damage? It's Judas. Wow, that's pretty sick. Has anyone ever seen someone go like, attack you, Blade Brand my Judas? And I actually never even thought about that. Whenever non-token creature you control dies Judas, that's so sick. If you get a turn where you like, Blade Brand your Judas and you're like I guess that's more of Carnival style. Speaking of Dagger Caster, Well, speaking of Blade Brand, yikes. GG. Oh, I jinxed it. I freaking jinxed it. I wonder what the animation on Daggercaster plus Blade Brand is on Arena. I actually had it the other day. Can't remember what happened. Oh, my trusty Pegasus. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, Genesis is instant speed. Pegasus doesn't block very well here. Yeah, Blade Brand on Footlight is the like common one, common version. Then there's the uncommon version of Blade Brand, and then there's the rare version, I guess. Oh wow, they're not attacking with Daggercaster. I guess they didn't realize probably just forgot their dude was free power. Recluse. They still have 4 cards in hand. It feels like they shouldn't have 4 cards in hand, but they do. Feels like they've done way too much to still have 4 cards in hand and an unbeatable board. I need my Gates Ablaze. Alright. So 6 mana, 8 mana. I can play Spirit plus Ram. But then I kind of lose it all to a removal spell? Not really. Four, 8. My Ram is 10-10. Alright, I'm assuming we're not gonna win this game. What's your opinion on Priest of the Ill-Gotten Gods? Is that the one free? You sack 2 guys, you edict them, etc. I think that was pretty good. It didn't look that great to me at first, but I've been kind of impressed. I think it's probably, you know, worse than a Mortify. Maybe, you know, like just under the best uncommons, maybe. So I could go like block, no, block, and then they get 2 triggers. So my Ram should be pretty safe. I go down to 8, I go down to 6. It's probably pretty good. Would I take Priest over Grotesimize? Right now I would, just to play with rare some more. Yeah, right now I would probably still take Priest. Depends also what you already have, I guess. Wow, they have the combo. Blade Brand's just insane in there. Jesus Christ. I jinxed it. I'm very good at jinxing myself. Alright, I pretty much need to draw a Krasis, I guess. Even Krasis might not be enough. I'm not very good at calling my own shots. All. Yeah. Looks like we're on a pretty cold streak today, just getting paired against absurd Ragdos decks. Alright then. Alright, this is garbage against Death Touch. Maybe I need Knight of Sorrows just to get a tiny bit of value. Probably don't need Pegasus when I'm on the play. Might just do Knight of Sorrows. Wouldn't hate Ragdos Locket too. Take out the plummet. They have Rakdos Showstopper in their deck. And they have a few Afterlife cards. Hey Reed, what's up, buddy? Yeah, deck's pretty good. It looks like all over the place, but we got a couple spicy ones for sure. Quench's probably good against them, but the games might go long. I could see cutting the volley. How many ways do I have to kill a Rakdos? Consign and Gates Ablaze and a Binding. Volley was so good for us game 1. Not sure I should board it out. Alright, I'll board it out even though they have Rakdos. And I'll choose to be on the play, I guess. Yeah, Opponent has a pretty sick deck, Reed. In game 2, they went Daggercaster plus Bladebrand, and then they went like attack you with a bunch of creatures, Bladebrand my Judith, and then like shoot my team. Basically, I got Plagued Win twice. It was still kind of a close game. Alright, pretty good opening hand. I need to draw a couple lands, obviously. I've been asking that question to everyone, Reed. Do you get nervous when you think about the Mythic Invitational or not? Do you get more nervous, more excited? Arbiter versus Death Touch seems better than Croc? Nah, they have the 6/5. We saw 2 Recluse in their deck. Crocodile seems decent against them. I think I'm less nervous than I would be for a PT because it feels like more of a free roll. That's interesting. I feel nervous because there's so much money and, you know, I don't know, I feel like it's a one-time thing. You're like, you know, kind of don't mess it up kind of thing. It's so unique, you know, you know, maybe I'll never play for $250,000 in my life again. Probably not. Did I miss the Scarab God? No, we had good time with the Scarab God. You know, you gotta move on. Alright, let's see. Gotta be just Gross Spiral, right? So I can do Hybrid, Gate, next turn Gate, lock it, or I can do Gross Spiral. Alright, I'll just... I guess I should have played my hybrid. Ooh. Thanks, Auntie. Thanks for the gift. And Reed, well, officially welcome to the sewer. Hope you enjoy your stay. Is that because of all the non-MTGF players in the tournament? If anything, I feel like having a bunch of, you know, non-pros in the tournament puts more pressure on you because you feel like you have to perform, I guess. Oh, I can actually just cast Colossus here. I mean, seems pretty good, right? I'm still gonna play my gate. I have 13 gates in this deck. Isn't 250k at stake pretty much a life-changing event if you win? I'd be nervous wreck. Yeah, I don't think it's life-changing for everyone in the event. It's definitely like, you know, for a lot of people, it's definitely like, quote-unquote, I guess, life-enhancing money. But yeah, for a lot of people, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money. Am I thinking about getting a coach? Probably should. I'm probably not going to prepare as seriously as I should somehow. Do I miss professional poker? I don't miss the online grind. I miss the World Series of Poker though. That was fun. Alright, they have a very good deck. The one card we did not see yet in their deck is... Maybe I should just play 4/4 Crisis. What am I waiting for? Just end it, right? Before they get like all their combos and stuff. They might have Daggercaster plus Bladeburn next turn. Let's see, what did they play? Yeah, especially the fact that they played the Locket makes me think they might be more likely to have... Alright, I will just play the Locket. I'll say go. Or play the Locket and play Hybrid. Alright, I'll just say go. You gotta play the Showstopper next turn. Yeah, I feel like the fact that they played a Ragdos Locket when they have a lot of cards in hand makes it more likely that they need 6 mana. So that's either Ragdos, Showstopper, or Daggercaster plus Bladeburn. So I feel like adding a creature to the board loses a bit of value. Racketeer. Well, that worked out. Because that was another creature that we saw that was good reason to keep Demise up. Alright, they're at free, so... Do I go Croc plus Hybrid? And then potentially get blown out by some cards? I kind of like Croc plus Hybrid. And if they have Daggercaster or Bladeburn, I'll lose my board, but then I have a follow-up lethal creature. Alright, I'll just do that. I could also just play Croc, but I think that's bad. I think just doing that is good. Sounds like people are talking about the MPL and stuff. Reed says, I don't think there's anything in the invitational tournament rules about not splitting, but MPL players are asked to play out their matches, not concede or ask for concessions. I think it's a good policy. Cool. I don't think that's been made public or anything. Alright, we got there. We got there against the Not Ragdos deck. Feels good. I mean, people are most likely going to be splitting in the finals. I guess the problem is if you like get paired against someone you don't know, and you know, I mean, there's always a chance you get screwed. Seems unlikely, but there's definitely gonna be some splitting going on. I'm probably gonna like look for splits before the tournaments. Let's see, what's a 5% of 250K? That's $12,000. That's a lot of money. Yeah, I'm probably going to be looking to split away 5% was, you know, whoever wants pretty much. Some of the, I mean, obviously they're good. They're like, I'm going to sell action. I mean, I could. I never really sold action when I was playing poker. I was stacked about, I was playing staked, but I mean, I could sell action, you know, like sell 1% just for what's 1%? My EV is 15K. Like if you count take into account skill level, so it's probably like maybe 20K. So 1% of my tournament would be $20 to $200. $200 for 1%. It's kind of complicated. Then you have to like pay people, you know, and stuff. It's like, feels like kind of a hassle to have too many splits, but I could. Alright, obviously the control deck, I think, in this, you know, in pretty much every matchup, so I'm just gonna play Brush Strider first. Did we win that last match? Yeah, my draw was just excellent in the third game. Canister, you want to try and set it up? We just split the prize pool 64 way and just mulligan to 0 every game and see who wins. Are you even allowed to sell action with the wagering rules? I don't know, maybe not. I mean, selling action doesn't really like hurt the integrity of the tournament. I don't know what the exact rule is, but you know, the number one concern is, or should be, the integrity of the tournament. Do I use hybrid here? Against red-green, I'm almost tempted to use Grotesque Demise. Grotesque Demise is not as busted against red-green as it is against other decks. This way I make sure they don't even get the one. Yeah, I kind of like that actually. I make sure they don't get the one loot, because sometimes one loot can be the difference between winning and losing. Especially when you're playing red-green, a deck like red-green that's like super dependent on drawing like the right amount of spells and hitting your curve, etc., etc. Splitting kind of undermines the integrity of the tournament experience. Emo. I've never tried to make it as a Magic player, so this is purely fan talking. Lots of weird feels knowing the players I admire split prizes, concedes for equity, etc. Well, splitting doesn't really hurt the equity of the tournament, because you're only playing against one player. It's not like in poker where you can end up at the same table and then it can be kind of bad and stuff. And trust me, I mean, players don't try less because they have a split or anything. Yeah, the structure of the tournament, I wish there was like, I don't exactly know. Oh, that's really good for me. What the hell? I don't know if they knew what they were doing there, but if they did that intentionally, that's not a good play at all. I'll take it though. Yeah, I wish it was. So how many matches do I play? 4 pot of 16, double them, cut to top 4. So it means like you have 16 players, so you have to win, what, 3 out of 4 matches or something? If they're doing it for exposure, splitting would be a good look. What's he probably, I mean, you just maybe keep it like quiet, you know, you don't have to talk about the splits. Does any other esport have this splitting price pool issue? I mean, I'm sure every, I mean, why wouldn't they? I'm sure every esports like Dota, I'm sure they never talk, they do it, I don't know if it happens or not, but I guess if they do, they make a good job of not talking about it. But I'm assuming people, I mean, I'm assuming that they split when, you know, they think they're like equally skilled or something. I'd be shocked if there wasn't price splitting in every sport it's legal in. Where did that come from? Reed says, I'd bet on Nassif. According to stream title, he's top 5 all time. The whole MPL is lucky if it has one top 5 player in total. Oh. PV, and maybe you can make a case for Huey. Yeah. Appreciate it. Where did that come from? Well, I missed the like question. I wouldn't bet on me against the MPL players, but I'll do my best. All right, what do we have here? Well, the draw is not perfect, but should be good enough. I drew 3 basics, unlucky. Extremely, extremely unlucky. My Ram's only a 4/4. Alright, no reason to play the binding on my turn, since I'm not attacking with the ram anyways. I wonder how often you lose a game because you just hold on to your Krasis too long and refuse to cast it for like less than 6 mana or something. I felt so bad. So what's the trick? +3/+3, or could be the like 4 damage to a creature, 2 damage to everything. So I think I either want to block with just ram, or I could also take it. +1/+2 first strike, +3/+3, +2 to all my dudes, some kind of fight card. I think that just blocking was ram. You know, I'm going to be sad if I lose my ram. Alright, that's kind of okay. It's going to be pretty hard to lose a game where they had to 2-for-1 themselves twice to kill creatures. It's basically almost impossible to lose these games. I mean, unless you curve out perfectly and you like draw exactly like 10 spells, 5 lands or something, but that's not what's happening in this game. Alright, might as well get Gate Clouds out of the way, right? Yep. You would add the 2/5, 2/5 plus the 4/4. That might make sense actually. Yeah. Oh, they have their own ram. I mean, I guess I could get owned by Scorchmark. And even then, I still have the Knight to block. Need to be aware of Act of Treason. I guess these games where you're really far ahead, Act of Treasons can sometimes swing it. Definitely blocking, making them have it, like, whatever. Given how good my hand is, obviously I don't even care if I lose my Knight. Double Stony Strength. I've not been happy with that card. I've tried it a few times, and it looks like it should do stuff, and it's like, it's been pretty mediocre for me, basically. Are they just dead? They're just dead, right? Kind of don't want to show them Gates Ablaze. I feel like Gates Ablaze is really the one card you don't want to show. Whatever. I don't know, maybe if I play Gate Colossus, maybe like Act of Treason becomes scary. Maybe I just play the Krasis. Maybe showing them the Krasis is less important than showing them Gates Ablaze, actually. I just assume a Gate deck has Gates Ablaze. I mean, you don't always get the Gates Ablaze. Sometimes you get other ones. Quench might be okay on the draw. Let's see. Zeal might be good. The way they've been playing too, those fight cards and the Stony Strength, I think Zeal could get them good. Problem is I don't have a ton of blockers. Alright, Volley can go. Pegasus usually blocks pretty poorly against red-green. I'm gonna try the Zeal. I think Zeal might be good against... Typically, pump spells are pretty good against... like, healing salves / pump spells are pretty good against red-green decks. That's why they're at their best. Didn't know Nassif played 5 PT finals, 2 second places in 1 year too. I think I had this... Yeah. Yeah. I had a few good runs back in the day. Not gonna deny it. Stern said, I don't mind showing them Gates Ablaze. If we had 2, I would hide it. I'm not sure how much plus V you get playing around a card like that when opponent only has 1. That's a good point. We might even, like, you know, in a vacuum, we might actually, like, win because we showed them the Gates Ablaze and it makes them play slightly differently. If, like, I don't draw it but they play around it. Could definitely happen. Well, I haven't been suffering too much, but from the whole, like, oh, my lands are coming in play tapped yet. Back in the day, Battlefront, I know. Back when I could actually still make top 8 of a tournament. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to just play a land and say go, or I feel like Sage-Draw Savant has enough value that I'm okay playing it. Yeah. Because I already have enough lands that I know I can just bottom any lands. Sometimes I kind of like to like sandbag Sage-Draw Savant if I think the game's going to go long. I like to wait till I have enough lands to play my spells and then I play it. Because then every land you see you can just bottom. Oh yeah, they just get to do that. That's pretty good against Gates Ablaze. Jeez. That's kind of a suspect attack step, actually. I should have not attacked there. Just gave them 2 points of damage. On the other hand, they're more likely to add a creature to the board if I attack, because now they can get in for 2 and play a spell instead of just activating Ooze. Ooze is a pretty good card. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of impressed. They have 3 cards left. Alright. I don't think I get to milk my Gates Ablaze much more than that, unfortunately. Maybe 1 more turn, but I'd be taking a lot of damage. Alright, lucky us. They didn't have a follow-up. Wow, that's huge. Was assuming they'd probably just have a pretty big play there. Like a big dude that my cards don't do much against. You opened Ooze in your pre-release. It was your game winner. Yeah, I opened Krasis. I picked Simic and I opened the Krasis. Not even in my like special pack or whatever, my Cynic pack. I opened it in just a booster. If you want a corner man, Gab, I can apply for the position. I'm a great backseat gamer and also have boxing experience in case you want to rough another competitor and make him a crucial. I actually asked Liz if she wanted to come with me. I know she doesn't like going to Magic tournaments because it's kind of boring, but I was like, I don't know. It's kind of a big deal. And I was like, I could use maybe the moral support. But I think I'm going to go on. I actually booked my flight. I get there Tuesday, the 26th. And then I think they wanted us on, That's a just double block. What if they have that +1/+1? We're fine, yeah. So I think I fly in on Tuesday. Wednesday is probably like social media day and stuff, and they need us there. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, 28, 29, 30, 31st, yeah. Thursday through Sunday is PAX and the tournament. And there's actually that weekend, there's actually the Mox playoffs too. So that would be my consolation prize if I bomb out of the Invitational. I get to try and qualify for the Mox. Not exactly as exciting, but I had ooze too. I had ooze on arena. I had crisis in my life pre-release. Where did I go for my pre-release? I went to the Whack Tavern. I called Magic Bazaar first, but they were full, so I just went to Whack Tavern with a bunch of my friends, and it was really good. It was fun. It was only 3 rounds, but I didn't want to play like 20 billion rounds anyways. It was just a good tournament. Is it open decklist or closed? No, I'm assuming the decklists are going to be public. That's what they usually do now. Public decklists, and I don't know when you have to submit them. They haven't said yet, I believe. I don't know if Reed knows. Is the Mythic Invitational played on paper? No, it's played on arena. That's another thing I need to start thinking or like worrying about, is like playing full control mode and stuff on arena, getting that practice. Ooh, did I mistap my mana? No, I think I had to tap the way I did. Yeah, I'd rather try not misclick for 1,000. That's gonna feel so bad. That's like the one thing I'm kind of worried about. I don't know why I played my lane when I have a looter in hand. Because like, when you play Dota or MOBA, you know, like, or CSGO, like misclicks are literally part of the game. It's part of the skill. And Magic, like, misclicks on arena shouldn't be like what decides a game. So I don't think it's been too bad during the mocks when they've had it on Magic Online. But arena it's like faster and smoother and better looking, but it also like seems more prone to misclicks. So, well, hopefully none of that happens. I think it's okay to use Consign the Pit there, so I can keep attacking. I mean, they're dead on board next. Some arena tonight? Yeah, probably some stand. Wait, what? They have no cards in hand and it... I mean, obviously Opening is not like playing very well. I don't know if they're doing something on the side. They're not very focused. Yeah. I mean, not that they were winning this game in a million years. It was probably like drawing super slim, but that's kind of awkward. What am I playing in Standard? I'm not sure. I'll have to figure it out tonight. I'm going to take a look at this weekend's list, the PTQ list, the SCG lists, see what comes out. All right, I'm actually going to take a quick bathroom break, quick technical break. And let me get myself a snack. I'll be right back. Let's go. Trophy number 16. Kenny the Pig and... Wow, they're just crushing. Kenny and Tim just neck and neck. We got a match. Alright, time to mute if you hate sounds. Actually, I didn't get anything too crunchy, so it shouldn't be as bad as usual. It's not. I think I do a decent job at it. Let's see. Maybe blue-white turn. Oh, we're playing against Kenny. That's funny. I wonder if can he double. Let's see. Shimmer makes things interesting. The Ram doesn't do much for us. Brush Strider is fine play. I'm not in a hurry though. I think I probably just play Shimmer. Old cottage cheese. Nothing fancy. Bread. Drizzle of honey. Cottage. Nail Ragdos or Mardu. Mardu could be kind of scary for me. I could see just Mardu outvaluing me and killing every threat. Kenny says, sir. Kenny likes the dragon. Is Kenny a man that hastens his Renhorns? Nope. Unfortunately for us, nope. Only when they're on the Kenny the Pig, aka Kenny the Dragon, aka Kenny. Guess I'll just block if they're attacking, right? If he's attacking. Might means he has dead revels. Laying the land for dead. I guess I play Gate Colossus and hold on to my gates. Alright, time to hope Kenny doesn't have Wrath. I could have just played Arbiter, maybe. Not too sure what the play was here. See, just Arbiter or Go being the play. Oh, wow. It's a pretty good card. What am I eating? Well, Longley Farm cottage cheese. I had some bread too, but I finished the bread. I had no bread left, so it's just classic Frenchie, just cheese alone, just cheese good enough. Hey, Blaine Navler, what's up, buddy? Busy guy. When's your next big like swimming competition or qualify? All right, let's see. I'm at 12. I can play Gate, attack with both. That's lethal. So he literally has to chump with his 4. And then he has 8 points of damage in the air. All right, I'm assuming just do that first. Play my Gate just for the extra damage. I think it matters. Play Arbiter, say go, and then decide what to do with Gale Mage. We have one in March that's not a super big deal, but then start of April is a bigger one. How does it work when you're a swimmer in college? Is there like kind of like NCAA tournaments? Is it even NCAA for swimming? Is it do you like compete in like nationals, like to go to like world championship yet, or like I guess I could just look it up one day. I could loot first, see what I draw. Yeah, I might need to gain 2. All varsity college sports are NCAA. No, I know what NCAA stands for. I wasn't sure if like every sport was, if it was like, thought maybe for some of the sports there was like another organization. It depends on what division you are in and what conference, but there's basically a big NCAA meet at the end of the season for each division. Yeah. Which college do you go to, and like where would you rank your Ultimate Frisbee? Isn't governed by the NCAA. They are non-recognized sports. That makes sense. You're a junior in high school? Oh. I thought you were older than that for some reason. I'm dumb. Lol. Alright, which college are you hoping to? Yeah, Ultimate Frisbee sounds really fun. I've played it. We used to play a bit of Ultimate Frisbee with my friends. Obviously nothing serious, just for fun, but Ultimate Frisbee's gas. You're pretty old for your grade. You'll be 18 in 9 days. Chat making us feel old. It's all in your head, right? I like to joke that I don't feel old. I guess sometimes Liz gets pissed because I don't act as old as I should either. Little man-child tendencies, definitely. Maybe University of Florida or Stanford. Wow. So you have really good grades in school too, I'm assuming, or you're either not high swimmer or really good grades, or both. Wasn't I like 19 when I top 8'd my first PT? 2001, September 2001, so I was... I go between thinking that I'm too old or I'm an immature man-child. Is mature man-child isn't the immature man-child kind of redundant? You're 33. Yeah, we're pretty much the same age. How is the outlook for the professional state of MTG in 2019? Good question. We're definitely waiting. A lot of people are anxious on a lot of the details. I think they're still figuring it out. We were talking about it yesterday. I've been talking about it fairly openly, and I think Wizards has an incredibly hard task right now to figure out a good system that balances, you know, being able to get to the top level if you're not there, and also like providing some kind of stability for people who do get to the. There's also one thing I just thought of, is that it used to be that there wasn't enough money in Magic that, you know, people would eventually like move on or like, you know, do other stuff. Not everyone, you know, some people just stuck to it. But if they actually put a lot of money into Magic, then like you really want to try as hard as you can to stay at the top level. Whereas in the past, like you can make an okay living if you're like kind of single and didn't have, you know, too many financial constraints. So, you know, eventually you stop trying as hard and maybe you got a real job, etc., etc. And they put a lot of money. You're in the MPL, you're gonna want to stay there. So I don't know, it's It's gonna be interesting. I don't envy Wizards and having to figure out a good system, but I think if they come up with something at least somewhat decent, then we can probably help them make it better with feedback and stuff. So we'll see. What red cards do I think Kenny has? Probably like Get the Point, Theater of Horrors is like fairly likely splash, Get the Point. I think Theater of Horrors is probably #1 card you splash in white-black. I think that's been the card that I've been splashing the most. It's not easy task for sure. The Overwatch League seems to be a good template, but that doesn't really apply to card games. Yeah, I know Dota, the Dota system is really good, I think, right now. I was trying to explain it a bit yesterday. I know nothing about Overwatch. Can you kind of give us the TLDR on how the Overwatch League works? I'm not even sure. Is Overwatch a team game, like 5-man team game as well? Alright, white-black, white-black, white-black. Flyers, Battlement. So Crocodile's probably pretty bad against his deck. But my other cards are not much better, honestly. Could just see another Locket, maybe. I'll do Quench too on the draw. He might choose to play. What did he play? He had Free Flyer out. He had the 1/2 Death Touch. I can see Knight of Sorrows being fine too. Sage Rose Salon's pretty kind of garbage against white-black. Knight of Sorrows probably okay-ish. Alright, I'll do that. Having the game on PC might invite PC's hardware brands to sponsor team and make life easier for people to play MTG for a living. Think that is harder for IL and MTG. Yeah, I wonder how much of that's going to happen. Because it's not like you need a super hardcore computer to play Arena. So it feels like we might not get as much as that as like maybe some of the other games. Overwatch is 6 versus 6. It's an FPS Dota basically. You need the fastest mouse to beat the rope in MTG Arena. Yeah. The rope. Who came up with the rope, by the way? That's pretty genius. I wonder who's the first. Should I just get blue-green? I'll have blue-green, red, white, black. I can cast all my spells, right? What if I get Gateway Plaza? Yeah, I need. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. So we have this spreadsheet, and when two people are drafting at the same time, sometimes you start filling out the spreadsheet. You look at the wrong row, and you start filling up the spreadsheet of your buddy's draft. That's what I just did. Draw. I won. I was on the play. I won. I'm gonna play again. All right. Sorry. Let's see. I could just play hybrid this turn. All right. I think I'm actually gonna play hybrid. No. Dude, Kenny's so unreal. Relax, Kenny. Any thoughts on banning Nexus of Fate? I haven't played enough Standard to have an opinion about that. But they did ban KCI for somewhat of, you know, one of the reasons was that it didn't make for very Very good games. I'm not in a hurry to play Gilmage. I guess I'm not in a hurry to do anything. I have Gates Ablaze. Yeah, no, I like that actually with Gates Ablaze in hand. Play that. Play a Plaza. And then hope to like adapt Hybrid and then Gates Ablaze for 4. Are you trying to hook me, Kenny? Pestilence Spirit and Gates Ablaze is a good one. Probably has to get the point. I kind of want to say go. It's just so unlikely he doesn't have a play. I'm just going to say go. I kind of want to put the pressure on and just play a Pestilence Spirit. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to just screw Gates Ablaze. I guess I can. Oh. You knew it's coming. All right, hopefully he doesn't have Blade Brand. Probably gonna block regardless. Probably gonna get hooked here. Assuming yes. Mortify. I think not attacking and just playing my 2 creatures was reasonable as well. Or just attacking was the Death Touch guy. Why didn't you do that before attacks? Play right into Summary Judgment. That's a good point. You probably would have played Judgment on the Spirits if he had it, but... Alright, so I get killed. He has a 1/1 flying left and 4 cards in hand. I mean, my Gates Ablaze is going to kill everything anyways. If anything, having Spirits in play might be worse. It feels like a reasonable place. Can you adapt and respond? Hey, yeah, my killer. What do you say that you qualify this weekend, or were you already qualified? Is that like a thinly veiled brag about winning a piece? Let's see. I don't really know what to do here. I think it's an okay trade. I didn't even block. Okay. Well, definitely a good attack. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just play my cards. It's obviously kind of awkward with Gates Ablaze. I still haven't seen a single red card. My money's on Theater of Horrors. And get the point. Both. Could be Judas too. I'm just gonna take one, who cares? Kind of nice I drew those 2 Afterlife creatures. I guess having a Crocodile would have been good too with Gates Ablaze. Carnage Carnival. Yeah, it could be Carnage. Carnage would be... Wow. Someone called it. That's pretty good. I think the correct word right there is I wonder if the order matters. Alright. I think looting first is probably fairly reasonable, but Kenny's down to 10, so fairly unlikely I draw a better card than knight. The 2 life's kind of relevant. You could try starting to race with a bunch of flyers, the drain 2 flyer card. Don't attack with the death shot, so you're a good blocker. My reasoning for attacking is I feel like I get more value by attacking because I get 2 creatures. Whereas if I keep it in defense, like against a green deck, you know, you would maybe play differently. But against white-black, there's not that many like drawing creatures you're gonna want to block. I guess they have that. Kenny has the battlement. That'd be a good one. Alright, I'll loot. G Hummel 7700. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to Sewer. And if ever you have Amazon Prime, don't forget you get a free Twitch Prime sub every month. So make good use of it. Don't let it go to waste. Support your favorite streamer, whoever that might be. I'll understand if it's not me. No one's perfect. But yeah, make sure you support your streamers. All right, Pegasus. Wait, did I not attack? No, I did. Oh yeah, he gained 2. All right, I'm not gonna play the Pegasus or hit that follow button. That helps too. Follow on Twitch, follow on Twitter @Nassif. That's cool. My stream is also, while I'm at it, you know, while we're getting the shimming out of the, no, I hate that word actually. My stream is sponsored by Channel Fireball. You can shove at Channel Fireball, indirectly support the stream. You can use the promo code yellowhat at checkout to get 5% off. You can sell your singles, buy your singles. You can sell for credit store. You get 30% extra if you sell for credit store. Oh wow, drill bit, good beats. Did I draft the 10 counterspell deck yet? No, I drafted a 1 deck and I only had 2 counterspell in it. Exactly, this is a shell-free stream except when money is involved. Why not play to double block the Thrall? Oh, because I'm dumb? I do have a lot of like pretty high impact cards, so keeping the flyer was not unreasonable, but I literally didn't think that I could just double block. That was a bad play, I should have played it. Alright, good news is Kenny is down to 0 cards in hand. Bad news is I'm kind of, oh no, I guess I'm still ahead. Looter means I'm probably still ahead. That was a good draw. We don't have flyers in our group. Stream is also sponsored by Cardboard Live. That's the app that I use mostly when I play Constructed. Shows a deck list. It's the app that the SCG Tour uses too. Pretty sweet. If you've watched that this weekend, you might have clicked on the screen. And yeah, they're doing and working hard on making the best app possible. So if you're a streamer, I strongly advise using Cardboard Live. How many jugglers is too many? Good question. I don't think they can. I mean, there is a number, but realistically, you're never gonna reach that number in a draft. But there's definitely a point where juggler probably starts to decrease in value. All right, I have 6 mana. I have a bunch of 1/1s. I kind of like hybrid maybe. There's a point in draft where you're gonna start being like you would, a juggler, and if you have already 4 or 5, maybe you'll start, you know, you need a 2-drop instead, or maybe you want a removal. 5 thralls is definitely not too many. I don't know where that came from, but I agree. Are we drafting NTGO because it's better training process for competitive? Alright, I kind of lost track. I think the play is play flyer, go. I don't really have the time to cast that hybrid and adapt it right now. I played 5 jugglers and 4 gruesome demise and 3 pingers and played against monogruel, 4 4s and Ofreed. Wow. I think the pingers is, I think it's borderline unplayable no matter how much spectacle you have, honestly. Maybe I'll play 1 if I have like multiple acrobats, blade jugglers, and somehow I got no 2-drops, no 1-drops, but that's not going to happen. You're going to get like footline fiends, you're going to get feral maca. I'm so happy whenever my opponent plays a spear spewer. You've been down on pinger a lot. Yeah, I mean, I was never high on it, and after playing against it, I think it's even worse than what I thought it was. But I've heard some people who kind of like it, or who like it. I think I don't want to push it, but I feel like my win rate against someone playing, I mean, to be fair, my win rate's pretty high right now anyway, so maybe that's not a great example. I feel like they didn't put the word spew in the card as an oversight. Yeah, maybe something. Whew. Alright. You do have demise, which makes double blocking here feels kind of bad. But they might just play another good creature. Alright, I'll just... Could argue that was demise in the end. That's kind of a greatest block. Alright, this game's looking extremely good, obviously. Oh, he has Angel Grace, 6 mana, life total becomes 10. Completely forgot about that. Wow, that was not the greatest attack. That's a fine attack, actually. Can demise. Have I tested standard for the PT? I've started. I've played a bit of standard. I've played more draft though. Do I want to see your very fair? People think Spear Spewer is good because of LSV and limited resources. Talking it up, to me it's bad. Oh, I actually usually don't listen to limited resources. I, in general, don't listen, I feel, to enough podcasts about Magic. I mean, I don't think I'm the primary target, but I feel like there's probably something to learn. And I listen because I cook like maybe like 1 hour a day or something. So I usually listen music when I cook, but I guess I should maybe start listening to podcasts instead. It's probably more interesting, whether it's Magic or other things. Nate says just rewatch Kyoto was the LSV commentary for the first time. Yeah. That's pretty cool. It was Marshall. I think it was Marshall, right? Marshall and LSV. Marshall started that thing where he takes an old match and commentates some old classic matches. All right, let's see it natural order. Let's see your busted draft deck. So your free colors, free Gilgates, your splashing. Yeah, that's a lot of good rares. Decent amount of fillers too, but removal rares, card advantage was Dead Revels in the Locket, pretty solid for sure. That's probably close to a 10 out of 10, just because of the mythics and the rares. Marini said that Spawn of Mayhem didn't show up in top tier decks. I hope the PT will change. What do you think? That was the deck I was playing during the early access event, the Wizard sponsored event. I was playing that red-black beatdown deck with Spawn. And it was lots of fun and pretty powerful, but I'm guessing it might be a bit outclassed. I do think the card's pretty ridiculous, but sometimes, you know, especially when it comes down to creatures, a lot of it matters on how like the card lines up in the format. All right, looks like he kept the 1/1 so he could be able to block my hybrid. So that's 8 damage. I guess I'll just attack like that, representing lethal. He pretty much has to block the hybrid, so I don't even have to spend the mana. And I think I'm actually gonna loot. Well, that was a good league. Good Gates deck. We played against some good decks. I guess round 2 was slightly easier. We beat a not red-black deck. We're probably about to beat the actual trophy leader. The imp, yeah, the imp's like not the greatest, but it's definitely serviceable. He said fuck did not mean that. Did he really misclick? What a baboon. Alright, I guess. Yeah, I don't think you're winning that game either way. Ding, ding, ding. Well, I guess that gate space